Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Alex. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. This is episode number 25, and today I'm with Seth and Nathan.
Hey, this is our third take.
Yeah, third take. Instead of first take, we should call this third take. I'm sorry.
That's when you get it right.
Nathan's face.
No, we're keeping this one.
Okay.
This one's the winner.
This one's fine. Yeah, back from the holidays. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. This is the first episode of 2019. Back to weekly episodes. Sorry that we missed couple days, gone for about 2 weeks because of travel and time with family and whatnot.
Alex went to LA.
Yeah, I was in Los Angeles. It was the most beautiful city I've ever seen. A lot of weird shit, but
did you post that picture of you in front of Staples Center on Twitter?
I did. I deleted it shortly after.
Why?
Nobody liked it. I did put it on Instagram.
Y'all blow up my man's Twitter.
It is on my header on Twitter, and it's on my Instagram.
Bet, I told him.
Yeah, you were like, that's header material or something like. Yeah, I sent it to both of you guys.
Yes, sir.
But no, that's a really historic arena, you know, for not only basketball but hockey and whatnot.
And they have performances.
Just a lot of
venue.
Yeah, man. It's Staples Center is one of the most iconic arenas in the United States, in the world actually. So. That was really cool to see. Oh yeah, as soon as 5 minutes after I got off the plane, there was somebody like near ground transportation just screaming, "You have to, you have to!" It was like, dude, what the hell? It's just weird.
I would have wanted to see your reaction.
It was pretty much how you would expect.
Mini-series, Alex and BA goes to LA.
Exactly.
It was pretty much exactly how you'd expect. Just me like looking at him weird.
You might be the first person to go to LA and not have a vlog.
Right.
Everyone makes a vlog.
Who has a YouTube channel?
Yeah,
that doesn't
exactly.
Right.
Everyone makes a vlog when they go to
Right. It was super fun though. But yeah, we're back from all that, back to weekly episodes, or as often as we can.
Yeah.
My goal for 2019 is to get to 5,000 subscribers. Some people told me that's a little too modest, or a little too like easy, I guess, like you just said.
A year?
Yeah.
For what, 2,700 extra? I think you can do that.
Yeah, I don't want to say easily, fingers crossed, but we'll see where we get. That's the goal I'm setting for now.
Yeah.
And then I'll set more.
We start being more regular with these uploads, I think, once we have schedules.
Yeah, we're usually pretty good about it. Once a week, we usually do it every Tuesday.
Bad, I don't think, but
yeah, but yeah, once we get to once it's more consistent, because it's been kind of crazy with the holidays and whatnot. Yeah, so,
right.
But yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. First thing we're going to talk about is our All-Star game predictions, talk about James Harden's recent run and John Wall's season-ending surgery. And then we're going to talk about some injuries that have happened, and that's pretty much it. Okay, finally, that was like my 7th time trying to cut off the intro because we botched it. But anyways, let's get right into our All-Star picks, guys. All right, I'm going to start with my West. I'm just going to go down through my starters and my reserves and my 2 wild cards, and then we'll just go one by one. All right, so my starters are Steph Curry, James Harden, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Davis. My reserves are Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Nikola Jokic, and Karl Anthony Towns. 2 wild cards are Tobias Harris and DeMar DeRozan. The reason I had Curry and Harden starting is it's not really, what else can you say? Like, it's not really an argument in my opinion. I wanted Paul George to start in place of KD, but it felt weird not having Kevin Durant start in the All-Star game, so I just went with Kevin Durant, and then Anthony Davis, obviously, and then my reserves kind of, those are debatable, I guess, depending who you ask, but I think Dame, Westbrook, PG, Jokic, and Kat have all been really good this season. And Tobias Harris has led the Clippers to the 4th seed, so I feel like he deserves the nod this year, averaging like 21 and 8 or something like that, and then I decided to throw DeMar DeRozan in there too. He's averaging like 23 and 6 and 6. Spurs are in the playoff picture as of now. I couldn't put Devin Booker or CJ McCollum or anybody like that over DeMar DeRozan in my opinion. So that's what I have. All right, Seth, go ahead and give us yours for the West.
Gotcha. That?
I heard a little voice crack there.
There's a hint of it.
A little hint.
Anyways, all right. So basically, same 5 starters. Steph Curry, James Harden. I mean, it is the same 5 starters.
LeBron, KD, and Anthony Davis.
Yeah, LeBron, KD, AD, KD, and AD.
Right.
Which is weird to say.
Yep.
Anyways, but for starting at point guard off the bench, for me it was Westbrook because I just like the way he's playing this year, and I think he carries out this what I think is perceived mission of kind of proving that he doesn't have to chuck up 40 shots to
Right.
win games.
I like that he's taking a back seat this year to kind of let Paul George be Paul George.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes it's getting to the point now where people are like asking Russell Westbrook to shoot the ball, which is insane.
Because
by the way,
if you had if you had told me people would be asking Westbrook to shoot more a couple years ago, I would have been like, what? Even
Right,
more?
exactly.
You know. But no, he doesn't have to do that anymore. So, but yeah, so you're talking about these are your reserves. So you had
alright.
Westbrook. Who was your second?
I
Backcourt.
put Clay.
Okay.
So I have 3 Warriors. I made that the max when I set this list.
I
was like,
have-
there's no more than 3.
I only have 2 Warriors.
No more than 3.
Yeah.
I can't call Draymond Green or Klay Thompson all-stars this year.
Klay Thompson.
Klay
I feel
Thompson
like-
is good. Don't get me wrong.
I
He's
know.
great. I just can't.
Draymond's not even.
I can't.
argument.
Nah,
Draymond
Draymond has been
is-
terrible.
KO.
All right, who else?
Got Paul George.
Mm-hmm.
This one was weird. For my 9th spot.
Who is it?
I wanted to put Kuzma. I really wanted
Really?
to put Kuzma.
Okay. I mean, maybe in a couple years. I just can't call him an all-star right now over
Right.
over the guys I have on my list.
Right. And
But you're just talking purely this season, I guess.
yeah, we're talking about this season.
Even this season.
Well, this season I feel
So
like he's doing pretty
you have
well.
Kuzma in your list?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got Damian Lillard. I had to put him in the starting lineup. I didn't want to put him on the bench.
You have him in the starters over who?
No, not the starting lineup. I meant
In the reserves?
bench.
Right.
The
right.
bench. The people who are actually
Well,
in that second, fifth slot of 5. I don't know. I'm
that's
trying-
okay. That's your reserves, and then your wild cards are the final 2 spots that can be any position.
Yeah.
I got you.
Let's see. I put Jokic as my center
Okay.
for the West.
I think you have one more.
One more.
I think. Or
Well, I said
did you-
Westbrook, Thompson, Paul George,
Yeah.
Jokic, and Damian Lillard.
Okay. Do you have 2 more? Because you should have 12 from each
Yeah.
conference.
I couldn't pick some over these. So some of it is, I don't know. I know I'm at a loss for words. I can't talk right now for shit. We've tried doing this multiple times, and I'm just off my game today. Sorry, everyone. But honestly, I think I need to. I just don't feel confident in this list. That's why I'm choking so hard.
Right.
I'm just
Just tell us who your last 2 are.
I put Mirotic in my
Oh
fucking
my
bench.
God.
Yeah. So I was looking at stats. I was looking at just pure impact per game.
Okay.
I was number crunching.
Right.
And as it turns out, he's actually performing really well.
Well, yeah, he is, but he's injured
know.
right now, and I get what you're saying.
Again,
that's
my list is not.
Weird pick, but it's fine. Who's your other one?
I couldn't pick another one. I'm sorry.
Man, Seth, you were ultimate
off.
choke job.
Bro, this is hard. This
It is hard.
It's all right, everyone. All right, waiting to scrutinize on what he says. It's like a time bomb. You're like,
Do you at least
Klay
have
Thompson?
right? Do you at least have 12 for the East?
I do.
Okay. All right. That's weird that you could think of 12 for the East, but not the West. I'm just messing with you. You're fine. I can't believe you have Nikola Mirotic, but that's all right.
I don't know. I feel like you might have a break.
All right, Nathan. Who's your West?
West, pretty similar starting lineup. I have PG in there instead of Katie. I just feel like PG's had a better season.
I like that. It's just I can't do that, but I got you.
Yeah, and then I have Russ and Dame at the 6 and 7.
Okay.
Jokic in there.
Yep.
Katie obviously in there.
Mhm.
Cat in there.
You have Cat in there, and then who are your 2 wild
And
cards?
then Tobias Harris.
Okay.
I moved him in there last minute, and then gotta go my guy Clint Capella.
You got Clint Capella in
Gotta
there.
go 18 and 12, 18 and closer to 13 this year.
That's what I would go for
That's
those 2
a-
slots if I had to replace him. It's Tobias Harris and Clint Capella.
Yeah,
Clint
'cause
Capella's-
his
I love
impact
Cat.
defensively.
I love
Nah,
Cat.
I mean, I understand the Capella pick, but to me, DeMar DeRozan is better than Clint Capella this season.
I don't think he's made an impact like the Spurs would like him to. and I think Clint's just
I guess,
been a
yeah,
better-
that's a fair argument.
There were
Lately,
some
maybe,
flashes at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
There were definitely some things there. Like you saw him like acting like a legitimate point guard, and it was,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, ooh, that could be tough. That could be a scary
Yeah.
Mhm.
thing for the league. But you know, it hasn't
Yeah.
translated 100%. But it's
Right.
still there's something there.
Well, they're in the playoff picture right now, which is why I have them in there right now. Like, these are just kind of as of now, and I don't really see them changing for me.
Have
But-
you seen Clint lately?
Yeah,
23 had like 25 rebounds or something crazy.
yeah, I did
He
see
had,
that on the on
Was it
Christmas
like
Day.
2 or 3 games back to back where he
Yeah,
had like
yeah.
20 something
That
rebounds?
was I remember
23,
Christmas
yeah.
Day he tied the all-time record for rebounds on a Christmas game.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is awesome.
That's cool.
He's been contributing.
Yeah, no, he's great. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if I'm ready to call him an all-star yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to the East. My East starters are Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, and Joel Embiid. And then my reserves, Victor Oladipo, Kyle Lowry, Blake Griffin, Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton. And then my 2 wild cards are Bradley Beal and Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Seth, who do you got? Don't choke this time.
Yes, sir. We got Kyrie Irving.
Uh-huh.
I put Jimmy Butler.
Whoa, okay, as your starting 2?
Yeah, it's my starting 2.
Okay.
Put Kawhi,
Mm-hmm.
Giannis,
Mhm.
Embiid.
Okay.
All right. And then for the bench, I put Kemba, Oladipo. Like, this is more. That's more of a wild card, but Jason Tatum,
Okay.
Ben Simmons.
Okay.
I had a tie because I really wanted to put both these centers in here, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Miles Turner and
Hmm.
Vucevic are having
Okay.
both
Vucevic,
really good
I-
contesting
I
seasons
really
right now.
Vucevic is underrated, but I didn't want to call him an all-star over Chris Middleton or Blake Griffin or Jimmy Butler.
Right, but he's making such a good impact.
Yeah,
on
he
his,
is.
with his team.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say making other players that much better. They
Right.
have decent players.
He's
Anyway,
having-
that's another issue. But
Right.
anyways, he's performing really well.
He's having a great individual
I'm glad to
season.
see that, and you know, I'm just a hopeful guy.
Right, no, I get that.
You can
I'm
tell
pretty
by my
sure
list.
King of the Fourth Quarter also had Vucevic as an all-star.
And these last 2 are my wild cards.
Okay.
These I put Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
Oh, man, all
I
right.
like that pick. I like.
I
and
like that also.
Sabonis.
I like both of those.
Sabonis.
See, those are
Love it.
guys who I really wanted to include, but I couldn't put them
Yeah.
over any of the guys that I have on here.
Right, and that's I just.
And that's the problem with the All-Star game is there's so many good players, but there's only 12 spots per conference. So
Yeah,
you-
The
Ooh,
thing that
it's not
fascinates
last
me
year.
about
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam is he just there's very few players who want to be better as much as he does.
Yeah.
You
He
see
plays
him
really
like
well.
what was that one meme where someone was like when Kyle Lowry gets the rebound and like Pascal it's just a video of some dude like sprinting at like double speed like down the
Yeah.
court.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
exactly.
He's so fast.
Yeah.
He's so into every single move. You can tell each move is calculated. He's just he's an impact player. I
Yeah.
think.
Right.
He's
yeah.
doing
no,
a
for
lot.
sure. He's a great player for the Raptors, and if Kawhi leaves, he's definitely going to be one of their guys who are going to
Premier.
step up and even more than he has this year.
Yeah.
But I think he's great in his role right now. If Kawhi stays, that's perfect for him.
Yeah.
So did you have Kyle Lowry in your East at all?
I did not.
You didn't have Kyle Lowry, okay.
He's doing well.
He's been injured too. Kinda.
Yeah, there are some things.
And he's
there.
only averaging 14 and 10. I think this is his last All-Star year. I think he's on the downhill, on the decline.
Yeah,
a
because
little
I
bit.
remember you saying that because we talked about this beforehand, not extensively because we saved it for the podcast. But
Right.
yeah, you were like, I think this is Kyle Lowry's last All-Star season. I was like, I think it was last year. And I
That's
didn't want to
fair.
be rude. But
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I just think there are more deserving people right now.
Yeah, I really like the Miles Turner pick. Great defensive player, and he started playing really well on offense. It's just, like I said, I couldn't put him over any of these guys that I had. So let's go to Nathan. What you got?
Right. So my starters, I got Kyrie Irving,
Mm-hmm.
Victor Oladipo. I got Giannis.
Oh, you have Oladipo starting,
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
I have Giannis, obviously Kawhi and Embiid.
right?
Reserves, I got Simmons.
Okay,
Actually, I'm gonna say Simmons is my wild card.
that's who I had. That's
Yeah.
where I had him. Okay,
Beal, same deal, wild card.
I had him as a wild card also.
Middleton,
Good
Blake
pick.
Griffin,
Good pick.
Jimmy Butler,
Yep.
Kemba Walker,
Okay.
and Nikola Vucevic. I
Nice.
think his name is Nikola. I'm not sure.
Nikola Vucevic,
Nikola.
Vucevic, something.
Think
I'm not
think
really
like
sure how to.
soda cola. Nicola.
Something.
Right. We pretty much had the same ones. Did you have
I didn't
But-
have Kyle Lowry.
You didn't have Kyle Lowry either?
I didn't have Bradley Beal. If you want to talk about that,
For me, it was the 14 points and 10 assists. That's
It's
on one of the first seeds.
And he's not in the. It's not weak.
on one of the
but
top
he's-
seeds in the East.
It's not weak, but it's kind of like the same argument with Chris Paul last year.
Yeah,
Top-
I got
top
you.
seed,
I mean, I
top
can
2
definitely
seed.
see him not being an all-star. It's just, pretty. I think he's like second in the league in assists.
He's
I don't
just
know,
Not,
and
he's
like,
not consistently been healthy.
I get what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah.
If he's not an all-star, I'm not going to be mad or surprised. It's just I felt like I had to put him in.
Yeah.
You did not have Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
I get it because the Wizards suck this year,
Yeah.
right?
which we'll get to when we talk about John Wall.
Right. And it sucks that it brings the, I don't know, some players down who, have that potential like Bradley Beal does.
Right.
But I feel like the system he's playing in doesn't show what he can do just for the long term because he's not going to be there for the rest of his career. It's like,
Nah.
what can he be when he's added to an efficient system?
Right. When he's in a that's
Because
a,
it's different.
Yeah.
It-
When, he,
it's
when, he,
so
when he's
much
when he's
different.
surrounded by other all-star to MVP caliber players, if one of those teams who already have that can trade for him,
Right. I'm
he's
just
gonna
waiting
fit like
for
a
it to
glove.
blow up, and I just
Yeah.
want to see him succeed in a different environment
Right.
because this is just toxic.
It's not working.
And it's
man.
proven to be like
Yeah.
one of the most toxic environments. I think we'll look back on this and they'll do like a 2020 or
30 for 30.
30 for 30. I meant. But,
I don't know if you've seen the graphic, but the end of the 2016, all those players that they showed who are on different teams now.
Yeah, that's crazy. All of
It's-
them are on different teams.
It's really rare just to have good players stay on their teams
Yes.
longer than a contract or two. Really.
Right.
Yeah.
That's reserved for superstars.
Yeah.
yeah, and
exactly.
superstars have that power now.
Yeah.
LeBron kind of opened those floodgates and was just like, "Hey, I make my own rules. I'll be out of here in 4 years."
I think Kevin Durant did it when he left OKC.
Mm,
LeBron actually did it when he went to Miami. So
I think LeBron
No, yeah, that's
brought
what I
the
mean.
idea
Oh.
to light when he went to Miami, but Kevin Durant opened
the floodgates for stars
the
to
absolute
control their future. Yeah.
That's when they were just like, okay, if KD can do this, then I'm just
people
gonna
were
sneak over
slithering
now.
everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. I felt like the Bucks should have 2 All-Stars considering they have the first seed in the East right now. Chris Middleton and Giannis, obviously Giannis. I don't know. I had to put Chris Middleton in there because he's averaging like 18 points a game.
Yeah.
Second, third option on that team. I think he's the second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a squirrel. I don't know. Just the squirrel from Ice Age. I don't know if you've seen it.
Scat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
Oh
looks kinda
man,
like-
you're way out of pocket for that, but I'm
Oh,
not gonna tell you
that's-
you're wrong.
I don't know. It's just, his face just looks. It just
Out
reminds.
of pocket, but can't deny it.
Every time I see it, it's just like.
He's an interesting looking dude.
I guess when you're
All-star,
when you're
though.
really built like those Slenderman type built people like
It's
KD.
amazing that
He has a
these people
skinny
who are
face.
Yeah.
It's amazing that these people who are 6'10" don't come out like super disformed. Like,
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't know,
man, yeah.
because that boggles my mind to think that Steph Curry is as tall as me.
Yeah.
Right.
and like, I don't know. It just kind of weirds me out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Genetics are.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen like a, I don't know, 6 foot something NBA player in person?
No, that's the thing.
I guess Chris Webber. I've seen him before.
You have?
Yeah.
How tall is he?
He's like 6. He looked like 6'8".
Oh man.
But even
Yeah.
though they listed him at 6'11",
Right.
but they gassed.
I saw CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard when I went to the Hawks game when they played the Trailblazers. They're not like they look
They didn't
small
look
on
that tall,
TV.
did they?
They look small on TV,
Oh,
but when
really?
you see them, they're actually pretty tall.
That's what I'm saying. Like people 6'3" and under, people think it was like, oh man, they're so tiny.
Compared
No,
to
they're
the
just
other
surrounded by
NBA.
giants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're
For
really
some
not that
reason-
small.
I guess because I used to think Terry Rozier was like 6'5", and I look it up, he's 6'1".
Yeah.
Dude,
Yet
yeah.
when he stands next to like John Wall, they're the same height. And John Wall
Dude,
is
NBA listings are so wonky
Confusing.
because you can literally tell them whatever you want and they'll put it. They got Buddy Hield's age wrong.
That's funny.
I saw that.
They
I
said
saw
he's
when
actually-
that came
they
out.
said he was
like,
25.
yeah, y'all were wrong. I just.
They said he was 25, but he's actually 26.
It was like, I'm actually 26. I don't know who did that.
Yeah.
And apparently, it traced back to his old school,
Something like
saying he was.
that.
However,
I didn't hear about the school thing.
I don't
That's
know.
hilarious, though. Oh man, imagine getting someone's age wrong.
Even
Even like,
negotiating a contract with him. He's like,
But that's-
Imagine negotiating like contract.
Man,
Yeah,
I can't believe
Blueberry
Buddy Hield's already 26. Man,
I know. He's in his prime right now.
he's really good. Actually, like this year, he's been really good.
Yeah.
I thought about wanting to put a Sacramento King in the All-Star game,
Me
either
too.
either De'Aaron
Me
Fox
too.
or Buddy Hield, but I couldn't do it
Me-
with these guys that I
just-
already had.
Next year, I
Maybe
feel like
maybe next
it would be
year.
closer.
I feel like eventually, like once Curry and Harden and LeBron and KD all fall off, that'll open up a lot more spots. But as of right now, I think we're pretty much going to see the same All-Star game for the next couple of years. Because Curry, Harden, James, Durant, Davis, Lillard, Westbrook, Paul George, I don't think they're going anywhere.
Nah, me neither.
But then as far as those other like 4 or 5
Who would have
spots,
thought though Oladipo would have been in the conversation for a starter though, like
right?
before last season started.
I wanted to start him.
You got breakout people. Every
Yeah,
year.
I couldn't decide whether to start Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo, or Kemba Walker, but I just went with Kemba Walker because he's averaging like 25
Yeah, he's having a great year.
and 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I would
had
want
to put
Kemba
him
as
in
my
there.
6th man on my team just because that's
For sure.
for the All-Star game. You mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
I meant.
Gotcha.
Oh, he'd be a lethal.
Lethal 6 man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't worry about scoring off the bench. If the rest of the team sucks, he can probably get you like
Literally
16,
20.
yeah, 16, 20.
Yeah,
Right, man.
for real. For real.
All right. Do you guys have any other comments on the All-Stars?
Hopefully it does drastically change next year. Not that I want certain people to fall off, but I do want to see some variation.
Some new faces.
Yeah, especially in these top spots. Like you said, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
No more Steph Curry. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
yeah, this is his last one.
Yeah.
You had Tatum on yours, right?
Yeah,
I
did.
wanted to put Tatum in there, but like I keep saying, I couldn't put him over the guys I already had.
Right.
Especially because the Celtics have underperformed this season. If the Celtics were the 1st or 2nd seed right now, then I'd have him in there. And if he was like, what am I trying to say? He's still averaging like 16 points a game, which is great, but
It's not.
that's good for a third option. Well, I guess he's second, third.
What
it
is Chris
depends.
Middleton averaging?
It's 18, 17 or 18.
Okay, so yeah, there's. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a bit of
that's
a
why
difference
I put
there.
Middleton over Tatum because
You
you
just
know,
don't
the
like the
difference-
long twos he takes out.
the difference
For real.
in place in the conference. You know, the standings. Like the Bucks are the 1st seed, the Celtics are the 5th. You know,
Right.
so it's kind of hard to decide whether stats or winning get you in over somebody else. But that's just how I felt. Is that the winning part got the edge? He got the edge over Tatum.
Also, just a note.
And yes,
What-
I hate long twos.
Yes, I understand, but why did they saw him train with Kobe and then they expect him not to take the worst percentage shots?
Yeah,
of all
right.
time?
That's a good point.
I'm pretty sure Kobe Bryant has the most missed field goals of all time. I'm almost positive he does.
5 rings.
5 rings
5
though.
of 'em.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love that gif where he's like counting his rings to a heckling fan. No, I mean long twos they're never fine. Forget it. I'm not even gonna say
He
it.
said no, none of it. Not having any
Okay,
of it.
mid range is perfectly fine, but if you step back onto the 3-point line and your heels
What
are
if it's
touching
James
it,
Harden?
even then it's awful. I hate watching it. It's so like appalling to the eyes. Like I can't look at it. It makes my eyes hurt. A step back with your heels touching the 3-point
Just
line.
hurts you physically.
I really hate it.
spiritually.
I really do. I really can't.
You're gonna
stand
call this the
watching
Long
it.
Two podcast.
That should be the name of the podcast. Long
The
two.
long two.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Really? Literally.
You know that might stick actually.
I hope so.
The Long Two podcast. That might stick honestly.
I hope so.
Once I'm serious. I'm actually
Okay.
serious. All right.
You kind of need a name for it. at
Yeah,
this point.
sure. Anything else on the All Stars? Our picks.
No?
We'll see how it pans out and who was right and who was wrong. I'm gonna keep my list just to see. Just to spite you. All right, let's see here. James Harden. We got to talk about this man. 400 points in 10 games, averaging above 40 points per game
Yeah.
over this stretch. Rockets are what, 4th or 5th seed right now?
They're tied for the 4th seed.
Tied for the
with
4th.
Clippers.
Okay, and they came back from like what was it, 14th seed?
Yeah.
So they've climbed the standings that much in a
9
matter of a
seeds.
couple in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And this is all with Chris Paul out. And
Yeah.
James Harden has been the absolute man lately.
Oh my
Yeah, unbelievable. The only thing I want to say is that I would respect some of the 40-point games more if he only shot like anywhere between 10 and say 16 free throws. If you're having a 40-point game and you only made 8 field goals for the entire game, I don't respect that really. I don't. Let me not say I don't respect it. I respect that you scored 40 and helped your team
It doesn't
win.
hold as much weight.
Yeah, as if say you made like 16 to 17 field goals. You know what I'm saying?
That's where you should
Because
be.
making shots to me is a lot more entertaining to watch than scoring free throws. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. But he's had plenty of like insane 40 and 50-point games with a lot of assists that I love to watch that were super entertaining. You know, the step backs, the crazy handles, the dimes, all of it. That's my thoughts on James Harden, but I think he's reinserted himself into the MVP conversation. If he keeps this up, he probably will repeat as MVP. I remember saying that he could before the season started. It just didn't look like it at the beginning.
Right,
But that's my thoughts on him. What do you got?
Yeah, I think he could win it back to back. Definitely the potential there. I don't think he's going to maintain this all season.
Right.
That would be amazing.
No, there's no way you can keep that kind of thing up all
No.
season, but he can definitely continue playing at this elite level.
Right. I think this is a product of, okay, he went to the Rockets. He didn't really have much help at the beginning.
Mhm.
You know, as they started to build their roster a little bit, he got more accustomed to a good system. But once, you know, this Chris Paul injury happened and, you know, losing some of these role players like Arita and stuff like that, he's like, wait, I've been in this situation before. I'm just a better player now.
Yeah.
And so he's been able to make the most out of the roster he was given. They've had people like Dan Well. Apparently it's not Daniel, it's Dan Well
Yeah,
House.
you're right.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we were
It's with the
talking
U.
about him the other day.
Yeah, it's with the U.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Instead
Dan
of-
Uel.
Daniel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Because I never even heard of this dude.
Yeah, but he's actually
Before
doing
the
great
season.
stuff for the team. He's kind of a godsend because
Yeah.
they just kind of needed a
Just kind of random
somewhat
guy.
solid piece there.
Right, that's perfect. Worked out, right? I didn't know it was Danuel. Is that how you pronounce it?
Danuel, I think Danuel.
Kind of like Manuel.
Yeah.
Just
Danwell? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Who else's name did I learn was pronounced not the way I thought it was lately? Or recently. I can't remember who it was. That's a different topic for another day. though. What do you think about... You're a Rockets fan, so...
I'm a Chris Paul fan, so yeah, I'm technically
Oh,
a
man.
Rockets fan.
Dude, you were... Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Rockets fan. I don't know. I kind of like you. Kind of like you. It was kind of hard to watch highlights of that 27
The
free
latest
throw.
40-point game with the 21
Yeah.
free throws made. Yeah.
That was kind of hard to watch.
Mhm.
I think outside of that, though, he has had a lot of games where he's taken 10 to 15 free throw range.
Yeah, and he's made like 16 to 17 field goals.
Yeah.
Right? Which is...
Yeah.
I love
Which
watching
are
that.
cool,
Making
and-
shots is...
And you have to take into account, he is missing a lot of their role players are in and out.
Yeah, the
You know,
injuries
I know
and Chris Paul's out. So.
Eric Gordon missed the last
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Eric Gordon's been kind of streaky this year.
Right.
He is surrounded by a lot of streaky shooters.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker's streaky.
Yeah.
You know, Austin Rivers is.
I think he leads the
streaky-ish.
league in corner 3 percentage.
That was last year, I think. I'm not
I
sure.
think
about
he is
this
again
year.
this year.
Yeah, but he's saying.
Gerald Green can sometimes give that.
Streaky.
He's streaky.
It's just
Yeah,
a lot.
that's
you're
the
right,
thing. He
you're
can
right.
sometimes give a pop, but
Yeah.
you know sometimes they can just go down the
Right.
drain.
To me, I think James Harden is a lot like LeBron James, and people realize the
He's-
offense that they run, how, especially yesterday without Chris Paul,
It's centered around him.
shooters and James Harden drive to the rim, and sometimes he'll do the step back. I feel like that.
That's
helps
a
him
pretty
too.
good comparison.
And a lot of these times, Harden will just do. It'll be some sequence to a pick and roll,
Yeah.
and he'll wait for it. He's always looking to do that between the legs pass.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
watch
The
these
little-
plays, he's
yeah.
always looking
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
The little like left-handed bounce pass to a streaking cutter.
Right, just to anyone
Or-
who's cutting to the rim, he
Yeah.
can get you the ball. You better have some hands down low.
You
'cause
mentioned
he
it
can just
earlier.
slip
He's
it
a
through you.
phenomenal passer.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
One of the
Yeah.
better ones. Yeah.
Alex asked me, he was like, "Who's best point guard right now?" I was like,
I said,
James
who's,
Harden.
who's the best passing point guard is what I said. 'Cause
Oh, yeah, I was like, James Harden.
Russell Westbrook called himself the best passing point guard, and I was like,
Oh,
just because you average over 10 assists doesn't mean you're the best,
Best
passing
defender.
point
Has there
guard.
been much
Bothered me
evidence
too.
of him like boosting his stats recently? Has there-
Not as much this season.
not
no.
as much as no.
But I think the best passing point guard is Kyle Lowry, or
I can see that.
Chris Paul.
Didn't he like pass through the legs of like 3 different people on one
That
game.
one, yeah, I remember that. That was insane. But he's
Oh
definitely
yeah, he
not-
just threw it down court and it just happened to skip through somebody's legs. Is that the one you're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
but
last year?
there was a game where I don't know, it was like half court. You know, it wasn't a breakaway.
He like kind of chucked it ahead and it went through someone's legs, right?
I'm trying to remember, but I don't know.
I remember that play. I don't know if that's the one you're
Right.
talking about.
And I don't think anything's funnier than him saying he's the best rebounding point guard. Like that means something.
Right?
Like I need my
Right.
point guard
Honestly,
to grab rebounds.
Yeah, your point guards aren't really supposed to grab rebounds.
No,
but
they're not.
it's fine if he does it. That's cool. It's just like it's
not if
a-
he's boxing out Steven Adams.
That's true.
You know,
That's
like-
Steven Adams is even with that happening, he's still the best offensive rebounder in the NBA.
which is insane. He's definitely not
Him
the
or
best
like Andre
defender
Drummond. The best defending point guard is who, in your opinion?
either. To me, I
Yeah.
mean, just purely defense is Pat Bev.
Right.
I mean, he's just
Yeah.
That's fine.
he's been that guy for a long
Yeah.
time now too.
Chris Paul's a great defender. Lonzo Ball is a
Lonzo's
great
getting there.
defender.
His defense.
Yeah, Lonzo
has
Ball is a
been
really good defender.
showing a lot of progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, and then what did he say? Scoring point guard?
He didn't include scoring. He said
Passing?
defending, rebounding, and passing.
Lies.
I think
Just
Russell Westbrook
lies.
knows he's not the best scoring point guard. We all know who that is.
Yeah,
Steph Curry. No doubt.
the same guy it's been the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
the guy who can give you 30 in. Honestly, if
In
Steph
5
wanted
minutes.
to, that's what I'm saying. If he wanted to, I think he could give the team 30. But
Dude, Steph could probably average 50 if he wanted to.
yeah, but to me, when you have Russ saying stuff like that, that tells me his head's not where it needs to be.
I think that was he was doing his thing where he sasses back at a reporter.
Yeah, but when
That's
have
what
you
he was
ever
doing.
heard a championship player
Mhm.
need to bring his numbers up? That just doesn't sit, especially guys.
KD.
But KD's
Well,
not
he's
the
never been
captain of that
vocal
shit.
about. Yeah,
It's Steph Curry.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm
'cause you hate
sorry,
Kevin
but
Durant.
I'm sorry.
Even during LeBron's best years, he wasn't as arrogant as, Russ or even LeBron now.
Right. Can we talk about Ben Simmons' arrogance for a second?
Oh, he's
Dude.
bothered me for. even
He's bothered
last-
you for a couple years,
Couple.
like since last year.
Yeah.
That's why we picked Donovan Mitchell over him. when
I'm
we
so
were
sad Donovan's
originally-
not an All-Star this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even mention him. Honorable mention.
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell.
I really wanted him to have this year where he averaged 25
20
and he'd be an
He
All-Star.
looked like he was headed there.
He was about to, but he's still only averaging like 21, which is fine. And the
Yeah.
Jazz aren't even in the playoff picture, so I can't put him in there. But anyway, that's a sad thing
Right.
to admit. I think it's just their slow start. I think next year's the year, and maybe he'll have maybe he'll get snubbed or whatever, and then he'll go on and have a tear in
Work
the
that
second
much
half of the
harder.
season. Yeah. But anyways, back on topic here. What were we talking about? Ben Simmons' arrogance. That's
Yeah.
right.
What were we talking about? Oh, Ben Simmons being a dick. Okay.
Yeah, basically.
He's been hanging around LeBron too much.
He's like, it wasn't even. He was talking about the Rookie of the Year thing last year. He's like, it wasn't even a race. Like, yes, it was, dude.
It was clearly a race.
I
Just
mean,
because
even-
you got a year to prepare over everyone else, just
Mhm.
because you're hanging out with LeBron, you signed to the whole clutch thing.
Mhm.
He's going to parties with LeBron, John Wall.
Snatch Blake's girl.
Yeah. Just because you TYB Blake
Oh,
don't
man.
doesn't mean that you're just all this high and mighty. He was getting into it with all stars last year.
Dude,
Remember the Kyle
Lowry
thing?
thing? He was like, meet me in the back, and then what did he do? Go straight to the locker room?
It's like, man, that
That's
bothers
the
me.
thing. Every
It
time
bothers me
he'll
too.
initiate some pretty mean contact, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm not saying anything."
I don't
and
really
he'll let
enjoy
the
that.
other person just look like an ass
Yeah.
because the camera didn't catch the things
Yeah.
leading up to that
Right.
confrontation.
I don't really enjoy the whole Ben Simmons arrogance show. I mean, he's a great player. I just think he needs to
Shoot,
show a little. Yeah, he has.
shoot a three.
I
coward.
want. Chill. I want him to be
You
able to
never seen
shoot.
that?
Yes, I've seen it. I know what you're doing. I want him to be able to shoot, obviously, and I also want him to not be an asshole. Because I don't
we
really
all?
enjoy players who are assholes like Westbrook and Simmons. I have Simmons' jersey, but I never wear it because I just don't really.
Claim him.
Yeah, I don't really care.
That's
for his-
right. I bet that hurts, Ben.
Yeah, I have a jersey, but I don't wear
Man, I
it.
know you're listening to this, man. We got your jersey, but he doesn't wear it.
We got
I
you,
don't wear it.
man.
Eat it.
I've worn it before. I wore it after the Eagles won the championship because
Oh, because it was the only Philly thing.
it said
had.
Phila on it, So, anyway, that's
Sit
none
down,
of us
humble.
care for the sit down, be humble.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's a good player though. I just don't think he's earned the right to be arrogant yet.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got here?
Or, I mean, especially
Oh.
not a guy who's getting bullied by the 3-point line.
Right.
Get away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Like, come
or
on.
rather, get me away from it.
Yeah, exactly. Dude
Any
got a
more
restraining
thoughts
order.
on Harden, by the way? He's having this is a Kobe Bryant type thing. Remember when Kobe scored 50 in 4 straight games?
Yeah.
In like 2007 or 2006, something like that.
I think people forget. Just watching Kobe highlights,
Mhm.
It wasn't exactly art watching him score the basketball either. It's not like watching like Steph Curry.
Right. It's,
Right.
if you're talking about purely
It was
scoring,
hard
you know,
nosed, mid range
Yeah,
shots.
just-
You know, it wasn't as flashy as Harden scoring,
Yeah.
which is why I think when all is said and done, Harden is going to be one of the best
Shooting
guards
ever.
of all time.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think he's going to be in the top.
because he has
Especially-
the skill
especially if
to
he
back
wins.
up these, fouls he draws and the attention that he
Yeah.
brings that's negative.
Yeah.
He has the skill set and has showed the ability to be
Yeah.
a clutch player, an absolute all-star.
I don't know
and
about clutch all the time, but
not all the time,
He's
but
gonna
I
make
said
his-
showed the ability.
yeah.
Think
I
about it.
agree.
He's going to make his 7th All-Star team
Mhm.
at 29.
That's wild. Man, I think his
That's-
3rd year in the league, he was an all-star.
Yeah, that goes a long way to building your Hall of Fame resume.
Yeah,
Obviously,
for
you're
sure,
gonna
for
be-
sure.
Do
Yeah.
you think if he shaved the beard off, he'd be doo-doo?
Honestly,
Similar to when
it's
Kyrie
up for
threw out the
debate.
throw.
It's up for debate.
Right.
That'd be an interesting thing. It reminds me of the Kyrie
Harden
without the
shaved
afro.
and dropped 70.
His teeth
Oh my
used to
gosh.
really be messed up too. I don't know
Yeah,
if you've seen that.
I've seen it.
So like, I feel like he used the beard to kind of
No,
don't look at my
yeah.
mouth. Look at this.
That-
You know,
He's kind of got a weird face. Also,
Harden?
without the beard.
like yeah. I mean,
The beard is just his thing.
Tall people.
Swag. Yeah, tall people kind of.
yeah.
I wanted to say this
He
about
does say
Harden.
that, I guess, though, doesn't
He does say swag
I was
all the
wondering
time.
why. Where did
No,
that
no,
come
that
from?
wasn't just me
Yeah.
saying swag.
I
No,
was like,
Harden
is
says
this
that.
2010?
Right.
Swag.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
I remember when he won the MVP. He was like swag.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Anyway.
And I was just like,
Swag.
oh.
Ah, jeez. I wanted to
Jeez
say this about
Louise.
him. As annoying as
Hanging
it
out with Drake
is,
too much.
Yeah.
God, as annoying as it is to watch him draw fouls, sometimes it's a skill. It's not a fun skill to watch, but it is a skill.
It's not a fun skill, but it's,
It's
a
not a-
skill.
It's
Just
not really.
don't do it 27 times.
Right.
Yeah, 8 or 9.
But
Just-
if he can get away with it, why shouldn't he?
yeah, you're also
Wh-
right.
Why?
Because
would
no
he
one
just
wants
be like,
to-
I don't want to.
Nobody
If
wants
he
to
has
watch
the
it.
ability to do
That's
that,
fine, but nobody wants 40 plus
like,
points on
oh,
8
fine.
field goals made, dude. That's not fun to watch. It really isn't.
It's
And
just don't.
it's kind of once you
do you think
over
the league will
20s.
crack down on James Harden because, like, hey,
They do in the
you're an
playoffs.
amazing scorer,
Yeah.
but it's no fun to watch.
He can have 40-point games without doing that is the thing.
Yeah.
Right,
So-
and that's what I'm saying. He has the ability to back that up, but I think he just paces himself. Like Alex and I have talked about, he's got like this dad bod figure where, and it's
Yeah.
his whole play style is very laid back. It's like, looks like me dribbling it up a court if I was doing it. He's just very methodical and slow, but he can just switch that gear and just
Yeah.
fly past
Yeah.
you. But
He does. I guess that is a good point because, like, in the playoffs, you could say him not being in the best shape
Yeah.
could affect his play also.
Right.
And they're not going to be calling
him and John Wall showing up at practice camps with full belly.
Wow, John Wall.
Like, wow, y'all had a year. Y'all had a
Wow.
couple month long Thanksgiving, huh?
Man, John Wall.
Ah,
John Wall looked hammered in that
Yeah,
picture.
dude.
Bro, he looked all.
dude, he
Oh
looked.
my
He literally
gosh.
looked like a stuffed turkey.
Yeah. His smile was even awkward.
Dude.
It looked like a mugshot. It
Do
Do
looked
you guys?
bad.
You're talking about
like
the
a
team.
DUI mugshot.
You're talking about the-
Right. It looked
Yeah.
like he just got pulled over.
You guys are talking about the Team USA photos, right?
Yes, the
Did you guys see
Team
DeMar
USA.
DeRozan's where he looked like Einstein? Like his hair was like poking all
I
over
did
the
not
place.
see that one.
Oh man, his
Man.
was bad too.
Look up DeMar DeRozan Team USA picture.
These people just did
when you
not
get a
care,
chance.
or they didn't tell these people there was a photo shoot.
They didn't give
No.
a damn. They
That
just
would be
pulled up and were like,
publicized.
"Ah, dude." The Wizards had to delete the picture they posted of John Wall. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, they
the
did?
Twitter
That
and
was so
Instagram account
funny.
had to delete the picture.
Yes, bro.
Our starting point guard, John Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Oh god, what had happened to him?
Oof. John Wall's conditioning was not.
Let's talk about John Wall actually. Season-ending surgery. He's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
6 to 8
I don't
months
wanna
recovery
play.
time.
Everybody eats. You know what time it is.
He's
Bro,
gotta eat.
He's got.
Do you remember last year the whole everybody marching Gortat? Everybody eats.
Yeah, he's like he gets the most spoon-fed baskets ever.
Yeah, but I think it's that.
Oh yeah,
time
and then he said
again.
everybody eats when he's out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they actually did okay when he
Yeah,
left.
that's sad.
Hey,
It happened
everybody-
again. Yeah. Oh man, you're
Isn't
right.
it funny he
You're right.
wasn't the problem, Marcin?
Yeah, and they
I
still
know,
traded him.
I know a lot of Wizards fans who made it seem like Marcin was the problem.
Right.
Why would he be the problem?
I don't know.
It's just easy.
The Polish
to peg
Hammer is my guy.
The Polish Hammer.
Exactly. Nope.
That's great. Here's the thing: if you're the Wizards, do you tank now that John Wall is out, or do you let Bradley Beal try to take you to the playoffs?
You just said it right there. Bradley Beal's not taking him to the playoffs.
I can't see that happening.
Yeah.
If he does, he's an all-star for sure.
Well, I think he's an all-star.
Superstar.
Right.
Oof.
What if they all of a sudden start playing much better without him? They've lost a couple of games. I'm pretty sure.
Sadaransky was okay.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal on recent success, 10 games with John Wall out. Everybody eats.
Everybody eats. Yes, sir.
Did you say 10-game win streak, or did I hear that in my head?
No.
10-game win streak.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they went on like an 8-game win streak when he got hurt.
Yeah. Not this year.
Numbers don't lie.
Okay, I got
Thomas
a so
Sadaransky fits better.
here's what I would do if I'm the Wizards. I would. No, I wouldn't trade Bradley Beal. I just see how the rest of the season pans out. But
Wall.
I would want to. You can't trade Wall. That contract.
Oh, he's
there's no
hurt
way.
too. You can't trade
there's
injured players.
and you can't trade that contract anymore.
I would trade it for something.
No one's who's gonna take that contract?
What would you give? What would equate to his contract?
I would need at least.
Literally. And I feel
Who's
like
in
the
better
Rockets-
shape?
I feel like if the
Oh,
Rockets were
man.
having a bad enough season, the Rockets would legit think about it. If they had a bad season this year,
Man.
they'd be like,
Oh,
damn,
man.
would they take Chris Paul off for him?
I would not trade Chris Paul for John Wall. I wouldn't do it.
If I was the Rockets and we finished 48 and 48,
What?
if I was the Rockets,
You mean 41 and 41?
what did I?
48 and 48.
Yeah.
48.
Hasta la vista,
48.
Chris.
I don't know, dude.
35
to me, they're
years old making 37 years old making 43.
If I'm any team, I'm not taking on John Wall's contract. I'm not going to owe this man $40 million when he's in his mid 30s. And I'm not. If I'm any team, I'm not taking Chris Paul either, because you're gonna have to owe him late 30s. You're gonna owe him $40 million.
And by the way, this is a question. Because I haven't seen anything, but does he get fined when he throws up these straight up gang signs?
That's a
on
great
TV?
question, because I'm every now and,
Thank you.
every now and then I see these
It's like
players.
Crazy J coming out.
Yeah.
I've seen these players fined for various, like throwing the ball or saying, like, cussing out a fan or making an obscene gesture.
Yeah.
But
That's
I've never
obscene. That's a
seen
gang.
I've never seen John Wall fined for gang signs during game. That's a good question though.
Because
And I know
it's
he's a part of
definitely, people have confirmed, it's like, yo.
Yeah.
That's a gang sign.
That's
yeah.
straight up, like, a full
John Wall
sequence.
is with this. Yeah.
He's with the shits, right?
Yes, sir.
I had to do a whole, like, bio research, and I was like, oh, shit.
Do you guys know who Deshaun Watson is?
Yeah.
He threw one up during.
Did he get fined?
No, which is surprising considering
Huh.
the NFL.
Wow. Yeah, that is surprising.
But he just threw up that like blood thing where they just like do a bunch of this and do that.
Man, see, here's the thing about John Wall, or about getting fined for that kind of thing. I feel like it's not something that many people would recognize.
Yeah.
Like a middle finger, you can obviously be like, okay,
Right.
that's an obscene gesture. Or like, remember when Dwight Howard did like the? I'm not. Never mind. He put his fingers in a V and stuck his tongue through it like this. That's
I remember
everyone-
that, and it was
everyone
like, what
knows
a
it.
disgusting act from Howard.
Right. So yeah, he got fined for that. But things like that, people recognize, right? But as far as like throwing like gang signs, I don't.
I
feel
was
like,
just wondering if he gets any repercussions for that, because those are gang signs, and NBA is usually on top of their shit. You know,
right. Yeah.
As far as, you know,
That's
marketing.
We'll have to look that up.
Right.
List of John Wall fines.
Right, does
See
he
if-
just notice, like, all right, 15K down the drain, like as he snipped the finger,
Exactly.
he's snorting that 15K.
I feel like he wouldn't do that if he was going to get fined, though. If he knew he was going to get fined. I mean, they make enough money. Hell, that $40 million is going to be owed.
That's what
Might
I'm
as
saying.
well,
Keep-
right?
Man, Chris Paul, man, he's living, bro. He's gonna be
Him-
37 with a $43 million.
Oh,
God
dude,
is good.
Chris
God-
Paul's not even going to be good at that point.
Man.
Oh, Jesus!
If I'm-
What were
if
the
I'm Chris
Rockets
Paul-
thinking?
If I'm Chris Paul, I'm
When
counting my blessings.
Right.
man.
When I first saw that contract, I was thinking of the season Chris Paul just had, right?
Mhm.
But now that I look at it and see how much money he's actually going to be owed when he's 37, what were the Rockets thinking? Chris Paul should have taken.
They
far
were
less
thinking
money.
win now. That's what they were
But
thinking.
that window has closed.
Right, exactly.
I don't
Their
know,
win now mentality lasted a year.
I don't know
Right.
if you've heard of the Minnesota QB, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He got the only guaranteed contract, which
Huh.
is normally not a thing in the NFL.
Right.
But he had a bad season. They didn't even make
They didn't make the playoffs, did they? Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm.
But
Nope.
here's the thing: his $24 million a year is actually bigger than
Because it's 16 games.
because it's 16 games. So his paycheck is legit per game. He just goes out there for 48 minutes and he comes home with a what? 24-16,
That is a
almost
bag.
1 point something bag.
Jeez, man.
And
That's
he don't
wild.
gotta play a playoff game.
That's insane, dude.
He's living, man.
All right, back to John Wall though, and
And
back
there's-
to what the Wizards should do. What do you think they should do at this point?
Honestly, if you really think he's a detriment to the team, I know it's kind of a crazy thought. You gotta look into releasing him, which is crazy.
Like buying him out?
Not buying him out, just releasing him and taking that cap hit. If nobody takes him, if you trade him, you trade him.
He'll get picked up immediately because he'll just
He'll
have
get
a
picked
new.
You
up.
really think he'll get picked up immediately though?
Yes,
You think
that's-
it'll be that quick?
It's John Wall.
But here's the
okay,
problem.
but also it's John Wall.
I know. See, there's two ways you can look at that,
Right,
right?
exactly.
No, John Wall is definitely an all-star in this league.
Every
you know,
locker
he
room
can.
he
do-
goes-
But he didn't come up on any of our All-Star.
Well, part of that is
up
because
to
he's
this
been-
point, I get that,
yeah.
but
If the Wizards had actually lived up to at least some expectations, and he was still a productive all-star,
Yeah,
like
but he didn't.
superstar player. No, I know that's why he's not.
You know
on
what
our
I
list.
think? I think players like
Plus the
John
injuries.
Wall are getting phased out by the new NBA with the moving the ball.
In the 3-point shooting because he can't shoot.
He can't shoot, and he beats the living hell out of the basketball.
Yeah.
On
what's that one video where that dude in the gym is like dribbling between his leg and he's like slamming the ball?
Oh, I've
That's-
seen. Yeah, I've seen
That's
that.
literally John Wall. But the reason he
John
gets
Wall on
these
a crossover.
assists, he's getting these assists because
He's a great playmaker.
his usage rate is insane.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, James Harden's usage rate, I saw the numbers earlier today. His is like 37.1.
Mhm.
Second is 31.1.
Wow.
We all know who it is. Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Harden and Westbrook have the highest turnover rate, but James Harden is significantly higher.
Insane how he turns
It's crazy.
the ball over.
You
I
mean
was
how he
watching the
does it?
game. I was watching the game yesterday. He threw the ball between his legs and somebody stripped it. I was like, he's got the biggest green light in NBA history.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm
Because-
saying, because he's always looking for that. That's why I said, look out for, like,
Even Steph Curry can't do something like, because you'd have Steve Kerr have a mental breakdown. He saw the clipboard. He's like,
Yeah,
like,
the clipboard
break-
smashing is
Yeah.
great.
So I was like, man, you got a green. Mike D'Antoni must not be able to say
Right.
shit to you.
Right. So here's what I want to ask you guys about the Wizards. Do you trade Beal and tank and get a high draft pick to pair with John Wall,
Yes.
or do you just play out the rest of the season and get a mediocre pick and then run it back?
You keep Beal, you're gonna lose because I don't know if you've seen their schedule, but it's gonna their next 23 games. Because I follow one of these Wizards fans. He retweeted the hardest schedule in the NBA by far. You play
Oh, for
Golden
real?
State twice.
Oh.
You play Philly twice.
Oh.
You play Boston once. I
Oh.
saw. And then I was gonna say, you okay? Or,
Yeah, I was just.
but I know it's gonna be really tough. So they're gonna lose games by default.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Well.
and the tanking rules. Remember they changed the lottery.
Yeah, I think it's the three worst teams have the same odds.
The same odds.
at the number one. I don't really know how it works. We'll find out when the lottery comes around.
And
this
that's
summer.
going to be the Hawks, Suns, and those two to
Cavs,
me.
Knicks.
And the
Zion for us.
Oh man.
Wow, that would be incredible for the city.
Side note: have y'all
Yeah.
seen Trae Young lately? My man is shooting 40-something% from three in his past couple games.
Yeah.
Good field goal percentage, great assist numbers. He's coming
I
into
saw
it.
you that game winner I won with him
Yeah,
on 2K.
he's
right?
coming. Yeah, he's coming into his own. That go-ahead three in overtime against Minnesota the other night.
Trae Young.
On the road, this brother is nice.
Can you imagine Trae Young, the tickets, Trae Young and Zion Williamson?
But those lobs.
Two of the most talked about athletes in their class. Think about it. Nobody
You mean
talked
from
about
college?
From
Yeah.
college. Nobody talked about Trae Young more last year than ESPN.
Nah.
Shooting deep. You got
Dude.
Zion and Trae Young. That's selling tickets.
I need this
right
to-
now.
I need that to
Regardless
happen.
whether they're
Woo!
like a playoff team or not, that's entertaining.
And then John Collins
Entertaining,
also
yeah.
lately has become a
Yeah,
really
he
good
can
player.
dunk. Yeah.
that trio, John Collins,
Trae Young, Zion Williamson.
The tickets,
please, I
man.
need this to happen.
The
I
tickets,
need this to happen.
and they changed the jerseys. Please change the jerseys.
I love the
Please.
jerseys.
the colors.
Worst jerseys in the
The,
NBA.
What?
the
I love
highlighter
'em.
yellow is
Listen,
done.
I love
Have
'em.
you, have you ever played 2K before where you can create a jersey? They have that same pattern. And I
Man.
guarantee I've never played against anyone in my team anywhere
Dude, I love those
who
Hawks
uses those
jerseys.
jerseys. Worst jerseys by far.
Dude,
they don't look like the NBA. They look
the-
like JBL jerseys.
Dude, the red,
Look at 'em.
the black, and the white ones are so tough. I love
Those
them.
are good alternative jerseys.
Man,
Those are not good. Those are good like throwback.
Am I-
You know.
I just don't. I never understood the idea of instead of it being like a gold trim,
Yeah.
a highlighter yellow trim.
Why? What is the point? I hate it so
All
much.
right.
The triangles.
I like him.
Sorry, we're bullying you on
Oh,
this, but
the triangles.
I've had.
Oh, I'm so offended.
My beef is with the triangles, personally.
Really?
I'm beefing with those triangles.
You got beef with the
I don't-
triangle pattern.
Dorito shaped, like, come on, man.
I like him.
Isosceles
That-
looking.
I guess-
I saw. Ugh.
All right, I
Delete
guess it's
him.
just me. Whatever. Anyway,
Delete
let's
them right now.
let's get
man.
back on topic
Change the
here.
court, change the colors right now.
Change-
I love the core. I love everything about the Hawks. Everything.
Disgusting.
Y'all are tripping. I think.
Absolutely
Whatever.
disgusting.
Back to
Nah.
the Wizards. If I'm the Wizards, to me, I would keep Beal if I can't. Like you said, they're probably going to lose a lot of games anyway. Get maybe a decent pick, but they can't run it back. They have to trade.
Because they did
They
trade
have to-
Oubre.
If I'm looking into the future,
Dwight
like
Howard, ugh.
this is a double-edged sword here because you can't run it back,
Mhm.
but you also want to keep Beal, but you also should tank to try to just restart,
Go
or
to
else
Boston.
you're not going to go anywhere.
Go to Boston. We talked about this. Go to Boston
You're talking about if they trade him to Boston?
right now. Yep. Right now, tell them, listen, Boston, you got Gordon Hayward on contract for a long time. You got Kyrie Irving. He's going to come back. You got Al Horford on contract for at least a year, right?
I
At
think
least
this
a
is
year.
last year.
Okay, well, I feel like they're going to get him back because he fits kind of well in
Mhm.
what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Go for that championship now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you Bradley Beal.
I would take Rozier.
Just give us Jason Tatum. That's
no,
it.
no, 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 no,
Give
no,
us
no,
Jason
no, 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 no,
Tatum.
no, 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 no.
Listen,
No, 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 no,
Celtics
no.
need to pick a direction right now.
I would trade Gordon Hayward and
No,
And
they don't
Jaylen
want
Brown
Gordon
for-
Hayward. Gordon Hayward's a role player.
I know.
Give
well,
us 20-year-old
Gordon Hayward is
Jason
only
Tatum.
a role player because of what happened to him. That man died.
Rest his soul. Listen, think of this
I came
lineup.
back to life.
Think of this lineup right now, starting today.
Okay.
You got Kyrie Irving and Bradley Beal in
Mhm,
the backcourt.
mhm.
You have Gordon Hayward and Jaylen Brown, and you
Mhm.
got Al Horford. And you bring off the bench, you got your Marcus Smarts, you got Marcus Morris, you got Aaron Baines,
I need
Terry Rozier.
I
You
need
have
Jason
solid
Tatum.
role players.
I need
To
Jason
me,
Tatum in there.
That team can beat the Warriors right now. That team would definitely beat the Raptors. in
Maybe.
my opinion. I know the
don't know.
Raptors are good.
I if they can get Bradley Beal and only sacrifice Rozier and
gotta
Brown,
pick,
I would do
You
it.
know they have a great draft pick too.
Yeah.
They
Well,
have,
they have the Kings pick, but I
Kings
don't know.
pick.
That
That's
might,
gonna-
that might not turn out to be
So
that
hurry
good,
up and
'cause
give it to
the
them.
Kings might make the damn playoffs at this point.
Yeah, so you need to hurry up and jump ship with that pick. You can get another role player for that, right?
Maybe. I don't know
Get
what they're
Trevor
gonna do.
Ariza. Trevor Ariza. Now you got Trevor Ariza and Bradley Beal instead of Jason Tatum. Listen, Jason Tatum's going to be a
I don't
star.
know.
Jason Tatum's going to be an all-star.
You don't think he's gonna
He's
like
not.
flourish
No.
in that environment?
No.
You don't think he's
He
gonna?
can't because if you're going to keep Jaylen Brown, Kyrie Irving's not old.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward's going to be around for at least 4 more years.
So you're saying like pretty much see what value you can get out of them before they, walk and
Yeah.
see what they
Right.
want to do with since
Exactly.
they're all that good.
yeah, you're not going to be able to keep Terry Rozier, Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I don't think you can do it.
The players that are untouchable for me are Kyrie Irving and Jason Tatum and Marcus Morris.
I'm telling you, man.
Jaylen
There's a
Brown
lot.
is-
There's a lot of players who
You
to me
gotta gamble in this league.
To me, I'm trading Terry Rozier. Jaylen Brown is kind of inconsistent. I'm trading Rozier and Brown and a couple picks for Bradley Beal. I'm not giving up any more.
If
than
I'm
that.
Washington, I say no. Because what is that going to do for them?
Give them 2 young players.
They
who
need
could
a
become
superstar.
consistent.
Listen, they need a superstar.
They've got John Wall.
right now.
They have John Wall.
and we've seen
And-
how that
yeah,
works.
I know.
And the Wizards could throw them a pick too, or a role player, maybe.
Maybe
Listen,
I'm not buying that, man. I'm
I'm-
not buying.
I just
no,
don't think the
if I-
Celtics. The Celtics are bullshitting right now. That's what
I am
they're
not
doing.
trading. If I'm the Celtics, I know they're not trading Jason Tatum.
They need to.
They're not going to.
Jaylen Brown's stock is, to me, is.
If
dick
any
move.
team could obviously benefit from Tatum because he's going to be an all-star, we know that. But I'm not doing
Think
it.
about it.
I'm not doing it if I'm Boston because I want
Two-way player Bradley
He's-
Beal.
right.
You can finally start Jaylen
But
Brown,
you need-
and he can finally be in a role.
Ah.
It's tough to think about, but you can see. I know you
I
see
can
the
see it.
potential.
I can see it. Yes.
I know you see the
I can,
potential.
but I'm not giving up Jason Tatum for Bradley Beal.
That's 3 potential
not doing it.
all-stars on one team, and Jaylen Brown and Rozier have potential to someday be there. Man,
Yeah.
you got to. I think the Celtics would think long and hard about it, considering they stole Jason Tatum basically.
yeah, from the Sixers
From the Sixers, they basically stole him.
and the Lakers. Good God.
If Jason Tatum went down today, we would still have the Celtics. I would still have Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-mm.
I'd still say they have enough talent to get there.
Maybe. To me, Jason
Loaded.
Tatum is too.
Did you see what they did last year without Gordon Hayward?
Yes,
And
but
Kyrie
guess who was
Irving?
playing? Jason Tatum was the leader of that team.
But I'm saying swap Jason Tatum with a healthy Gordon Hayward. Eventually, he's going to get healthy. Like you said, God rest his soul, right? And you got Kyrie Irving, who's going to come back to. He's back to form.
Yes, obviously.
Man,
I'm not.
Marcus Smart defensively backing up Bradley Beal.
Dude, I'm not.
Terry Rozier backing up. Marcus Morris backing up Gordon Hayward. You know,
I can see it. I see what
Aaron
you're
Baines
saying.
backing up Horford.
But I'm
Wow.
not. I'm not trading Jason Tatum because
Brad Stevens.
what he does on the court is just so
He's
important.
just tall. Be honest,
Dude,
He's a tall. He's a tall Bradley Beal.
No,
You're right. I'm wrong there.
he's a great
I'm
scorer.
definitely wrong there.
He's long and lanky, can defend,
Yeah.
and he's just.
Can he
He's
defend
just
like
really-
Bradley Beal? Yes or no?
He's a great third out. No.
No. Can he score like Bradley Beal? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
You guys are
Yes.
arguing
No.
like you're both the actual
Yes.
GMs right
Dude,
now. Like,
Man.
listen, you gotta
Jason
buy
Ta-
it.
look,
No.
if you can keep Tatum and still get Bradley Beal and have Kyrie Irving,
That's a perfect world, though. to
Yeah,
do that.
that's-
But I don't think you can. That's what I'm saying.
that's why I'm not doing it because I'm not going to give up Jason Tatum.
What is
'cause
that?
I see what you're saying though. It's just
You see what I'm saying, man?
it's
What
a
is that
it's
Thunder
a
GM
double-edged
say?
sword. What do you
That
Sam or not Sam?
Scared
Hinkie,
money don't. I'm telling. Well, he quoted Wu-Tang, but
Listen,
listen.
what is his? I can picture his face. I just
Yeah, he's like from the
can't-
Wu-Tang Clan. You know, they did say scared money don't make no money. You know,
Right.
Wu-Tang.
Good
It's
Lord.
like, oh. When I saw that on Paul George's
Oh,
thing, I
Lord.
was like,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The little 3-part documentary.
yeah, I was
thing.
like, oh.
What is his Sam Presti? That's his name.
Yeah. He's got a fade, so I figured he listens to some of it.
I don't know.
Clean as. I know you've seen the fade.
I've seen the fade.
Laser.
Tough.
Yes,
I would
sir.
not trade Jason Tatum though. I wouldn't do it.
You got to do it, man.
I
You
wouldn't
gotta
do it. I
If
wouldn't
you
do
feel
it.
like you can get someone better for Jason Tatum, that's a fair argument. But Bradley Beal's 25.
Jason Tatum is 20.
You're trying to win a championship right now.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal can be the
That's-
second.
that's
Bradley
fine.
Bradley Beal can be the second best
But
player.
you know
on the
how
championship
valuable
team.
it is to have a Jason Tatum as your third option or second
Bradley
option.
Beal's been
even?
to at least 4 playoffs.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
been through it. You got a veteran basically.
But has he ever been in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals against arguably the GOAT and held his own and almost won that game?
And
No.
dunked the shit.
And dunked the hell out of him?
But you
No.
got a guy who's seen it all, who's not
But
who
he
you
hasn't
know is
seen
not
it
going
all.
to choke. He has seen
Jason
it
Tatum
all.
has seen more in the playoffs as far as how
No.
far you get than
Absolutely
Bradley Beal.
not.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
The Wizards haven't been to the conference finals.
The Wizards
In
have
the
been to
last
the
couple of
playoffs almost every year. They
Yeah,
have,
but he hasn't.
every year
But
since
they haven't
John
been
Wall's
as
been there.
far as Jason Tatum and
Listen.
the Celtics have been.
Bradley Beal, okay? They've played the Raptors before. Now, it was a different Raptor. No,
Mhm.
last year.
And they lost to the Raptors in 6 games last year.
Okay. Year before that.
And then they got swept by the team that Jason Tatum and the
Celtics.
Celtics took 7 games.
But I'm saying he's hungry. I don't think anyone's hungrier than a guy who keeps getting dogged out in the first round.
Sure, I get it. I get exactly what you're saying.
People
it's just,
underestimate
I
that
wouldn't.
hunger.
I wouldn't trade him, dude. I wouldn't do it.
I understand. If
You're
you-
enjoying this, aren't you?
I'm just sitting back having fun. Sorry I don't have
But
much
that's
to say.
you gotta admit that's a.
This
Who
is-
do you think? Would you trade Jason Tatum for Bradley Beal? What do you think?
I'd have to go with your thing, Alex.
That's
I
fair.
think you
They're
just,
both fair arguments.
I'd
but-
say wait on the end of the season to see how their stats play out.
right. See how far they get in the playoffs
How old do you
first.
think? How old do you think
right?
Kyrie is?
He's 25
Bradley
or
Beal,
26.
Same age. How old is Gordon Hayward? 28, right?
Something like that,
27.
yeah.
You got 3 guys right there.
That's
Same
I
age.
get,
That's a core. You
I
build
get what
around.
you're saying.
Brad Stevens, that genius. You don't think you could do something with a 2-way player like?
Yeah, he could. No, I know he
Or
could.
Brad. Did I
Brad
say-
Stevens hasn't
yeah,
really
Brad
been a
Stevens.
genius this year yet.
But I feel
Just
like
wait
that's
on
because
it.
you have to integrate.
Right. The gears are turning.
Right.
I've changed my finals.
He made a great
thing.
move with the starting.
I think the
lineup.
Celtics are going to the finals.
I
agree
I
with
said
you.
they'd beat anybody except for Toronto right now. Like by the end of the season, I think they'll have it.
I think they'll have it
down.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because man, Kyrie Irving when he gets
Oh,
when
dude,
Kyrie,
he's so clutch.
When you don't
Clutchest
need,
player in the league.
When you don't need Kyrie Irving, like last year they showed they don't need him.
Yeah.
They should have went to the finals without him.
And guess who led that
And-
team?
And when you have a luxury like that, to me, Kyrie Irving is to the Celtics like what Kevin Durant was to that Warriors team. They don't need him, but they need
Takes
him.
him.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's that.
I agree.
I
with
don't
you're
think
saying.
it's that close though.
It's
I
not
don't
as huge as a.
It's
on
not as
scale.
big of a difference,
It's scaled
yeah.
down, definitely, but
Right.
it's just like he can be that assassin.
Right.
You know, he can close games
Yeah.
for you.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Man.
Did you see the Christmas game, Kyrie against the Sixers?
I wanted
That
those
was
That
so
was
good.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I would love.
Wow.
I can't wait for the Warriors Celtics matchup on primetime later this month, I think. Anyway, so we're kind
I'm
of
just thinking of that right now. That would be insane.
man. I can't wait. I cannot wait for the finals, man, to see who gets there.
I need Gordon Hayward to get healthy because
Right.
nobody's beating the Warriors in the West.
Right. Let's run through these injuries real quick because we're running long here, but I think we got a lot of good stuff. Okay, so injuries. Goran Dragic out 2 months. Marvin Bagley out 2 more weeks with bone bruise. Bobby Portis and Zach LaVine are out about a month. Aaron Baines is out a month and a half. Chris Paul is out another couple of weeks. Rondo is out a month. Porzingis is getting reevaluated in February, which is good.
He doesn't need to play.
He doesn't need to play. No, they need to get a draft pick, and they need to actually draft well because they're shit at drafting. Why would you draft Frank Ntilikina? I'm sorry. Another story for another day. Could have had Dennis Smith Jr., but that's not my business. Let's see.
Dennis Smith isn't actually like incredible either.
He's better than Frank Ntilikina.
He is.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dude, that draft class outside of the top 3 is kind of looking iffy right
A
now.
little bit, yeah.
Malik Monk is not
except
looking
for
good.
Donovan Mitchell. Was that class?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
The real rookie class.
Kuzma.
The real rookie.
Yeah.
But Kuzma was a steal.
Yeah, he absolutely was. So was Donovan Mitchell. Okay, so anyway, LeBron James is going to be...
Birch?
I'm talking. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry, but have you heard of him?
No, who's that?
He plays for the Magic. He's
Who?
quietly having. He plays for the Magic.
Who is it?
Kem Birch. Khem.
I haven't heard of this man.
Birch.
I don't watch any Magic games.
I don't blame you. Look into him, man, because he finished last year. I just remember he finished last year really strong.
Huh.
He was like, I think they said he finished like 14-6, but his last like 20 games last year, he hit like 20-point mark,
Oh, wow.
10 or 11 times.
Interesting.
I look out for him.
All
he
right.
was a late. I think he was a late second rounder.
Interesting. I'll have to
Just
look out for
saying.
that.
Floating that name out there.
Right, okay.
So when he wins his 3rd MVP, we can come back to this podcast
okay.
right here.
Yeah,
all
let's
right.
not.
The Long 2 podcast.
Yes, sir.
I'm
When
really
he's-
going to call it that from now on.
Okay.
And when
That's
Sweet.
great. Okay, so LeBron James, groin strain, will miss several games. Not sure how many. Steph Curry missed a couple of weeks, didn't he? So I would.
schedule.
It was like 14 games, I think Steph missed, or 12 games, something like that. So I would
Sounds
expect
about
him to
right.
miss about that much time. Let's see. Rockets signed Austin Rivers to back up Chris Paul when he comes back.
I like it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers is not quality, and he's not bad.
I don't think you understand. They did not have a backup point guard.
Yeah, I know.
They
That's-
really
and
did.
Austin, like
Yeah.
and he made a couple of big shots for him on Christmas Day, if you
Yeah.
remember.
I'm scared that they're going to turn into the Cavs last year, the
Right.
beginning Cavs,
Huh.
when they just started signing a bunch of names.
Right,
And it didn't
yeah.
work out.
This is interesting to me though because of Chris Paul literally hates the Rivers family,
Yeah.
Doc and Austin.
He wants a ring though.
Right.
Not that this is
not
gonna
that
change
Austin
it.
Rivers is gonna give them
moves the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Austin Rivers signs with the Rockets. All of a sudden, 29 points.
You guys remember the tunnel story from last season?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
this like Austin Rivers and Chris Paul were both involved in that, and like Austin Rivers was like jawing at the.
He was jawing at Trevor Ariza.
Yeah. So this is all interesting. It's hilarious. And then last thing.
Blake Griffin's he's known to get under people's skin.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh yeah.
we're
he's
starting to see that more.
Yeah. He's an irritant.
Yeah.
Nuggets waive Nick Young after 20 days. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, his career, he's done. I
You
don't
think that's it? Why? Like I don't get why they waived him.
You know he
Why?
wasn't good in Golden State. Did you know that?
He averaged like 8 points.
In Golden State,
That's true.
obviously, not. Where am I
Bro,
going?
I
I'd
could,
rather-
average, I could average 5
In Golden
if
State
yeah,
system?
If I signed it today.
Yeah, because people are gonna forget you play there.
Right.
You're gonna be on the
Well-
court, and people will be like, "Okay, you got KD, you got Steph."
That's what
and
I like
you're
doing.
open."
I'm like, don't let this distract you from the fact that Nick Young has a ring.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. I feel like he just could have been a shooter off the bench. I feel like somebody who desperately needs
I think
shooting
it's-
like Philly is going
It's
to pick him
funnier
up.
the fact that they have all these injuries and they're still like, nah, we don't need you.
Oh, Paul Millsap's back, by the way.
I know Millsap's back, but just
They're still
with
waiting
the
on
tough
Gary
time
Harris
they've
and
been
Will Barton.
having, just in
Yeah.
general.
And they're still right up there in the top of the standings. They haven't slipped. They've still been finding ways to win games, even with all the injuries.
So obviously they
And they're still missing Michael Porter Jr. and Isaiah Thomas.
I don't trust
So
him.
this is wild.
I don't trust him.
You don't?
Nope.
I don't trust him to beat, OKC or Golden State or
Need wing defenders.
or the Lakers even.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know.
The OKC Nuggets saga is an interesting one.
I would like to see that in the playoff. I would definitely.
I can't
think
wait
that-
to see OKC if they play Golden State.
I would love to
need
see that as well.
series. I need
We've
it.
all been dying for that series ever since.
We were so
ever
close
since Kevin
last
Durant
year.
left. Dude, we would have gotten it
Last
if,
year. If the Rockets if the Rockets would have beat OKC, I remember it.
The Rockets would have beaten OKC, so we wouldn't have
No,
gotten
but
it.
if they that one regular
Oh.
season game,
You mean if the standings had been flipped
Yeah,
around a little bit?
the
Yeah,
Thunder
yeah.
would have played the Warriors without Steph Curry. But then again, now that I'm realizing it, the Thunder did look like complete ass.
They lost to the Jazz in 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was because of the whole Carmelo Anthony saga. And
Yeah.
no chemistry. You know, Billy Donovan couldn't run an offense, but he actually has been able to this year, which is great.
But Twitter would have been more fun if OKC and Golden State were.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah,
That's
for sure,
true.
for sure. Y'all got anything else?
No, I think we talked about everything.
Yeah, this is running
Deal to the
pretty long.
Celtics.
This is one of the few times we like crossed
Shut
the
up.
hour mark.
Yeah, this is the first time actually.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go back and edit the audio when you were giving your picks because you were like choking, so it'll probably be condensed
Okay,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Wow.
But,
you keep dogging him. Yeah, I was
No, yeah, no, I just take it. Yeah.
He is human.
I,
No, but you said you were choking. Rips list. All right, I deserve that. All right, I'm just messing with you. You're fine. But yeah, thanks, Jesus.
Thanks, Cub.
Thanks, Cut.
Thanks, Cub.
thanks, guys.
Thank you guys for listening to the Long 2 podcast.
Hell yeah.
That's such a great name.
I like it, man.
I like it
Along
too. But yeah, this will be it for today. Next episode should probably be out next week on a Tuesday or something.
Sir.
As long as there's stuff to talk about.
Impact on the Celtics.
Hey, yeah, let's not.
Can you imagine if you called that and it happens between now and the next one? That'd be crazy.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
But
I'm
yeah,
calling Danny and Dre.
let us know what you guys think. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Adios.